What's up, my peoples? Jeff, Anthony. Welcome to another episode of Shut Up and Listen, where today we will be handling something every married couple should listen: prenups.
Yeah, I do not want to have this discussion with my fiance.
I'm scared to even tell my wife that I'm having this discussion.
Yeah, well, you're already married. I mean, I still have to cross that bridge at one point. This is going to be a conversation for me, and I don't want to have it.
You should be scared.
It's going to be one of those things. She's like, "Hey, we need to talk about the prenup." Delete text. I
What
didn't get
prenup?
anything. I'm running late. I will be home tomorrow.
Well, this conversation isn't about what we should have in our prenup, but about this really weird prenup we came across. It was on Mirror, and it was written by Zara Mulroy. Sorry if we're slaughtering your name, but it's the way it's pronounced.
Butchers.
And the article reads, "Bride-to-be prenup from fiancé gets alarm bells ringing with bizarre clause." Now, apparently people have been throwing some weird clauses in prenups, so they have their little loopholes.
Some of them are understandable, such as like the cheating clause.
Of course.
If you cheat on me, you get nothing.
Of
you know?
course. But then there's the weird ones, like where it says that this woman must maintain her weight, give or take 30 pounds, through pregnancy. I have 2 children. I've seen my wife go from a size 2 to a size...
Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong.
And every pregnant woman will know that controlling your weight when pregnant isn't very easy unless you're rich and famous and have a personal trainer or really like yogurt. So I don't understand how women can really maintain their weight when they have a living organism inside them.
But I have one sister who had a kid, and while she was pregnant, she showed, soon as she delivered that baby, she went from boom to completely back to
Yeah, and
like
there's...
right after. Like, they're like, here's the baby, and she's back to size 0.
Yeah, there is some women that, just take on baby weight.
Yep.
And that's just a part of the way they were brought up. Their genes are just built that way. But there's some that have babies and, keep their baby weight. They just keep it, and they have to diet and exercise and go through all of that nonsense to get back to their original weight. And having to force this woman to do this is a little out of the ordinary to me. Being that I've been there and I've seen all of this before.
Did you have a prenup?
I do not have a prenup. I have the "if you leave me, I will cut your penis off" clause. Where it's...
Your wife's penis?
No, she threatened me with that.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she told me the night we got married, "if you leave me or cheat on me, I will cut your penis off." And right from there, I knew she was the one.
Yep. Yep. My fiance threatens me with this every single day. We're not even married. We haven't even set a date. She reminds me of this constantly. Before we recorded this video, I had gotten a text from her saying almost those exact words.
That she's gonna cut your penis off?
That don't make me have to kill a bitch.
Oh my god. Ladies, don't cut penises off.
No. Keep them there.
They're not good for you in any other way unless they're attached on a man or a woman, depending on your preference. Back to this. Another one that I wanted to mention real fast. The fact that there was the childbearing clause. The more children she has, the more money she would be allowed to in the prenup. Now, I'm not a medical doctor, but I do have eyes, and I've been around people all my life. After a certain number of children, it gets very hard for women to lose weight. And it will go right back to that weight clause. So
Yeah.
I think he's got her right exactly where he wants her.
But why marry a person like this? If my fiance was like, hey, listen, before we get married, you have to sign this paper. If you lose the six-pack that you never had, I'm taking money from you.
Well, here's the thing. These clauses ain't in bold red letters. So it's like, okay, the prenup, they'll have the usual thing, and then they'll have a sub-paragraph A, B, D, or Z, where these little things come up with. Now, if you don't do your due diligence and read through every single paragraph, which I don't know if any one of you's seen a prenup in real life, but they're like this thick. And if you're not doing your due diligence to read all through that, which I don't think anyone really does.
I wouldn't. I would have sold my soul to this woman. Be like, yeah, cool. We'll see what happens. You're not leaving me anyway, so. There are a few other ones that we found in different articles. This one's from Men's Health. This was a stop sport watching clause.
I'm a big sports guy. I watch every sport. You get football, baseball, basketball, hockey, no matter what it is. If it's a bunch of people trying to do something for a championship, I'll sit there and watch it. My wife personally can't stand it, but
How much your wife on this?
she understands that it's something I enjoy, so she lets me do it as much as I possibly can, simply between work and kids and daily chores. I can't always sit down and watch every game I want.
Yeah.
But when I do get a chance, she does understand, and she'll give me that time. Other women that I know, like my sister or friends of mine, they hate the fact that their husband will sit down all day Saturday and watch every NCAA game they possibly can get their hands on. This day and age with computers and, you know, smartphones and one cable TV, you can get every game from every state every week. So you have literally 24-hour coverage of every game that's being played on Saturday.
I have to side with your wife on this. I cannot stand watching sports. I'll go play sports. You want to go play hockey right now at 2 in the morning? I'm totally cool with that. I can't sit there and watch games, so I kind of see where she's coming from with this.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The whole, you know, clause for if I watch a certain hour, what if the game goes in overtime? Does that include playoff games? Does that include, you know, strike years? But does that mean it carries over because I have this chunk of time that I was saved up I can use on another sport?
Like credit.
Right. Am I credited for it? Because if that's the case, I'll miss a really bad game. So that way I can watch 2 really good games in one day. That would make sense to me if it works that way. If I can't watch anything, then no lifetime for you.
That's a good point. Next time I'm in the doghouse, I'm giving you a call.
Right?
I'm just gonna be like, yo, I need a way around this.
That's what I do, guys. That's what I do. Another one is the sex clause. Hold on, before everyone gets their flows going.
I'm already in the doghouse as soon as we talk about this. Just I can feel it, okay? She's not here, I feel it through the camera, and she hasn't watched this video yet.
I understand.
Okay.
But this is all about how many times you have sex a week, a day, a month. As a man, speaking on all men,
You dive into this first.
we could be physical every 5 minutes if possible. Oh, but that's another thing. Why would that be in there? Why would someone regulate that? Once again, it comes down to the whole credit scheme. Does that mean the nights we don't have sex, that we can have sex on
Period
other
nights? Do those transfer over and we could use
Those are always off limit.
No,
Always off limit.
There's no such thing as off limit. There is no off limit when it comes to this. No smoking. You
Oh,
believe
okay,
that
here's
one.
the thing. I'm a smoker. I am a smoker. The no smoking clause. I have actually heard this one before.
Okay.
Apparently, it is such a crime to smoke a nicotine cigarette that we are shunned by pretty much everyone in the world.
Now it is, yeah.
Well, I don't see what's the big deal. It's my body. If I want to pollute it, I will pollute it. Why don't we look at, Alcoholics the same way, or people who smoke marijuana. Marijuana has become more mainstream than cigarettes has. And believe me, I think there's nothing wrong with marijuana. I think that marijuana is one of God's gift to green earth, simply because of how fun it is.
I don't smoke. I've never smoked weed. Yeah. No, give me that look. That's fine. I've never smoked weed, but I love watching people get high. It's weird. It's like live entertainment. I had a friend of mine who smoked a bad batch. We now call him Dusty because he sat in the corner and guess what? He was shaking and hallucinating.
That's not fun.
I thought it was hysterical. And he didn't remember any of it. So what harm was it to him?
I don't know what to say about Dusty. I don't know Dusty. Dusty, if you're watching, hi. But I just don't understand why has smoking nicotine cigarettes has become such this negative thing, when the way I see it is eating too much red meat is bad for you. Eating too many vegetables is bad for you. Did you know that eating too many peanuts is actually bad for you? Bad for you because you're allergic. Yeah.
So yeah.
But on like a serious note, it's whatever you do, whatever makes you happy. I do whatever makes me happy. I enjoy cigarettes. I enjoy a stiff drink and
a stiff one.
I can't wait for the wife to watch this episode. It's going to be a joyful one.
I really think it would be hysterical if after this video my fiance watches it and she's like, we need to sign a prenup. You cannot get any heavier than you already are.
Oh, I passed that one. Believe me, I'm done with that one. After, 10 years, 2 kids, so many pets gone and come. At this point, we're still lucky we talk. Love you, wife.
All right.
That concludes another episode of Shut Up and Listen. Jeff, Anthony, always remember, keep in touch.